and roll.
From New York City, weighing 239 pounds, it is the unpredictable Johnny Rodz.
To really pay your dues to become a pro. If you put your time in, pay your dues, you don't do it overnight. You come in, take your time, you really want to do it, you make time to do it and work hard.
Requires discretionary viewer participation.
Ladies and gentlemen, promoter Phil Zatko proudly presents Championship Wrestling. It is supervised by the State Athletic Commission and the officials assigned. Chief Deputy Commissioner in charge, Gian Santoro, the doctor in attendance at ringside, Dr. George Saharian, the timekeeper at the bell, Mike Nipman, and the referees for this hour of wrestling, Dick Kroll, Gilberto Roman, and my name is Jill McHugh. The opening contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my left, from New York City, weighing 239 pounds, here is the unpredictable Johnny Rodz. And in the corner to my right, from Venice, Italy, weighing 256 pounds, it is Dominic DeNucci.
Dominic DeNucci against Johnny Rodz should be a very exciting match. Rodz recently with a leg injury, although he shows no bandage, no support, so it'll be interesting to see how Rodz fares against Dominic DeNucci. Here we go. As we expected here, Rodz and DeNucci going round and round. It's going to be a tight battle all the way. Bruno, who's going to take it, though, in the end?
Well, there's no question it's going to be tough. It's going to be furious action. It's going to be a lot of rough housing because that's Rodz's specialty. But I have to go with my paisano when it's all over, Vince. I have to go with DeNucci.
Dominic taking a shot again into the buckle there.
Very aggressive, this Johnny Rodz, you know, but you see Dominic, you know, he's got a short fuse, and sometimes he just did to Rodz now, grab him across the face. He's the kind of guy, Dominic, that he'll get angry and he'll say, hey, if you can do that, so can I, and I can do it just as good as you. And Rodz will find out that with all his rough tactics that he used, he's doing it on a guy that will come back and just use them on him too. But it should be a hard bout. It should be a very even bout, but I think Dominic, with his knowledge, with his experience, size, Johnny, if he'll make a mistake, DeNucci will take advantage of it and beat him.
Rodz, so, you know, they call Johnny Rodz many things, one of which is unpredictable, and that really has been not only his style of wrestling and sort of an unpredictable style, but also in terms of victories. Rodz has defeated some big men in professional wrestling when he wasn't supposed to. I mean, it was, you know, you just figure Rodz is not, you know, he's a great competitor, but he doesn't have that consistency, Bruno. Sometimes he's brilliant, and other times he's just way down.
You're absolutely right. I think we've said it before. The biggest problem with Rodz is, as far as his condition, abilities, it's there. There's no question about it. But he rushes. He's so aggressive. He's coming at you with 5 things at the same time. And when you're that aggressive, that aggressive, you tend to make a mistake. Johnny makes his share of mistakes, and this has cost him more losses than anything else. It's not so much of getting beat by necessarily a better opponent, but a little bit of a wiser opponent. because Johnny's in such great shape that he tends to overdo, or gets almost excited when he's got a man going, and he comes so aggressive and he tries to kick and punch and do things at the same time, and he tends to make his mistakes, and we've seen it time and again where a silly little mistake has cost him the bout.
DeNucci covering and wanting a count, but he doesn't know, now he does, that Rodz's foot was on the rope there. Johnny, one thing about Johnny is that, you know, he really uses the ropes, I think, perhaps better than anyone I know of in pro wrestling.
I believe that, better than probably anybody, or certainly most. But again, we're talking about his aggressiveness, great shape. Now Dominic, on the other hand, is a bigger man, about 6'4", 260 pounds. But Dominic is a very clever man. Dominic can pick up on an opponent's mistake, and he can take advantage of it as good as anybody. This is for that reason, not because I like Dominic, but for that reason I pick him to win this bout, because if Rodz will make that mistake, DeNucci will not let slip by, and he'll take it to his advantage and possibly beat Rodz.
And, you know, like in most sports, there is and many people don't view it as far as fans are concerned in this regard, but competitors do. There is a defense and an offense, and there's strategy involved. And DeNucci, one who uses really a lot of defense and what have you, and waiting for, as you say, that opportunity to knock, and he jumps right on it.
You have to know, you have to be offense, you have to use your offense, but you have to be on the defense too. You have to be a good judge of when to use which. This is Rodz, again, getting back to Rodz's mistakes. He only knows offense. And when you only know offense, somewhere along the line, you're going to make a mistake. And Johnny, again, not to be putting the man down, but he has made his share of mistakes, and he has lost more bouts than he should lose, because he's too good an athlete, too good a shape, too rugged, too strong to lose the number of times we have seen him lose.
Right hand really finding a mark there with Johnny Rodz back into the squared circle now. DeNucci in trouble. Dominic trying to spin around, spin away. Headbutt by Rodz. I think Rodz felt the effect of that more than DeNucci.
Right now, Rodz is like, what the heck did I do? That wasn't a clever move. Although, again, being the aggressive guy that he is, he saw DeNucci was in a little bit of pain. He came with that elbow. But now that forearm blow, again, was a little slow coming, and DeNucci cleverly got out of the way.
Dominic catching him again. Dominic extending the proboscis there a bit. And there's something that's very, very painful. Oh, I'm surprised that the referee breaking a hold that way. Nice takedown into... No pin. A hold like this, Bruno, which is perhaps not the most painful type hold, but anything around the mouth and nose area, I would think would bother some people a lot in terms of you're in there working, you're pumping, man. It's, you know, you have to have access to as much air as you can. I would think it would bother you, if for no other reason, certainly from a psychological one.
It'll weaken you tremendously, because when you're in there moving, you're breathing heavy to start with. And when you're cutting that breathing down, it's going to fatigue you, it's going to weaken you, it's going to hurt you. There's no question about it. DeNucci, being the veteran he is, he knows that. He knew that when he had Rodz in such a manner, he knew he wasn't going to beat him with it. He's not going to make him give up with it, but he's going to weaken him. And that's the psychology he was using there. Right now, he's debating what he should do from this move. And so just gave him a good stiff kick in the upper thigh of Johnny Rodz.
Rodz will feel the effect of that kick. Dominic now with Rodz way off balance. When you're like that, that's got to be an awful feeling if you're a Johnny Rodz. You're at DeNucci's mercy.
Right now, he really is, and he's got the small of his back right over by that cord, and that's very painful. And Johnny Rodz right now, it looks like he's in pain. He's hurt. Of course, we've seen him time and again where he's got that strong will, you know, where he's hurt, but he fights back. He comes back at you. He's always coming at you, and here he goes.
DeNucci whipped to the corner again. Dominic to the ropes. Rodz moving in, but missing with the elbow. Cover by Dominic. I can't believe it. DeNucci pinning Johnny Rodz, and a referee going down. Dominic is very, very upset. I don't know why he should be, because he pinned Rodz, and he pinned him easily.
Yeah, he should be very happy. I think the reason why the pin did occur, because he really shouldn't have. But when Rodz came plunging against the buckles and he hit with his elbow, he hit it so hard that I don't know, I think he hurt himself bad enough, but when he bounced back in the ring, he also hit his head. And it was just enough to stun him enough for the Luchador for a count of 3.
Well, Rodz had injured one of his elbows. I'm not sure if it was the one he used into the corner as we saw it, but he had injured one of his elbows coming into this match this week. But Rodz is a competitor. He wrestles with injury or without, and I don't know if they're going to keep going round and around. No, apparently not. Dominic content now with a victory. Let's get the official time, if we may.
Here's the time, 7 minutes and 36 seconds, and the winner, Dominic DeNucci.
Dominic DeNucci, and we shall return with the 8th, 9th, and 10th wonders all rolled into one. Andre the Giant.